Everyone, this is Andrea from My World, and I'm sitting here with Guess Who, Jay Kenner, and we're going to speak with her this afternoon about what she's doing, what's going on in her world. We're still at RT in Reno, which you've heard me mention 1,000 times, and this is probably the last time you're going to hear me say it. So we're going to start our interview with her, and we're going to find out RT is totally crazy. I've been through it now, and I don't know how they do it. So what did you bring to RT? What books? You got anything new coming out that you want to talk about?
So RT, I did a lot of panels. I mean, I've been all over the place at RT. It's been so much fun. Mostly at RT, I had my Man of the Month series that I'm doing, which is really super fun. I'm a binge reader,
right?
And I'm a binge watcher, and I'm kicking myself for not binge watching The Americans because now I have to wait a week and then
Correct.
another week.
Yes, you do.
I'm so upset with myself. I don't usually do that, but that's who I am. So Man of the Month is designed as a binge read. The books are coming out every 2 weeks, and I'm about to release book 9 in about a week and a half.
Okay.
And it's 12 books because it follows a calendar story. It's about some friends who get together to save a bar by putting on a Man of the Month calendar contest.
Oh.
So it's think Magic Mike meets Friends.
Okay.
And it's super fun. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I brought 2 cover models with me, which is the first time I've ever done that at RT, and they are having so much fun.
Hilarious. They're having great fun.
They are having great fun. They've been dancing, they've been hanging out. It's been super fun watching them have a great time, and the readers having a great time with
Exactly.
them. And I also didn't bring any of the books, but I brought some of the news because I have a new book in my my Stark series coming out, and there's a novella coming out in August called Please Me that 1001 Dark Nights will do. That'll be kind of a little lead-in to Lost with Me, which is another full-length Nikki and Damien novel. I'm super excited about it. And while I can't say anything yet, if you are a Damien Stark fan, you should definitely subscribe to my newsletter because I have big news coming after that. And lots of stuff happening in the land of Damien Stark. So trust me on it. If you're a Stark fan, you want to know this news.
Please go get the books and read them.
And if you have never read them, we call Release Me the gateway drug. So check out Release Me and email me and tell me what you think because I love to hear from people what they think of that book. But if you're a binge reader, there is plenty to binge in that series.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And then other signings that you're going to be at this year?
I'm not going to be at much more this year. I'm going to be in July. I'm going to Denver, and I will be doing both RWA's. No, I'm not doing RWA's literacy signing this year. I will be there. If you're there, come say hi to me. But I am doing the signing at Book Bonanza.
Okay.
So I will be there at, I don't remember what time. It's an early morning time, I think on Saturday, might be on Friday.
And where's that at?
It's in Denver.
In Denver,
They're both, they're like right at the same time. So I'm doing Book Bonanza's signing, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a huge event. And then the other one I'm doing is in Austin in November, the Origin signing.
Okay.
Those are my only 2 left for this year. So, so meet me there.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much my signing schedule.
All right. I had spoken to her before we started the interview, and I was asking her to think back to when she released her first book, all the way back to that time. And I wanted to know if she had any advice or words of wisdom for the brand new writer that's coming out, that has released their first book or getting ready to release their first book and going to jump into this craziness of published authors. And she had some words that she wanted to say.
Well, first of all, my first book came out in a completely different world. I did a talk about having a 20-year career here. There was no internet to speak of when my first book came out. So my advice that sort of continues over the ages is to interact with your fans. Your fans, word of mouth is the best advertising. Interact with the retailers, and nowadays those are online retailers. Meet your online retailers when you have the opportunity. Sit down with Kobo, sit down with the Amazon people, sit down with the iBooks people. Make those relationships. Relationships are super important. My other advice that spans time is have a support group. Find your tribe, because those are the people you're going to come up with. You're going to start going through this journey together. You're going to rely on them. You'll bring more people in.
Right.
But I have friends that I made 20 years ago, and we are still really close.
Sure.
We share information. We cry on each other's shoulders. It's awesome. In today's new world, there are fewer gatekeepers. It's easier to publish a book. In that, and by easier to publish a book, I mean you can literally just hit print. You
Correct.
can just hit print, push publish.
Right.
So the gatekeepers aren't there. That's good and bad. It's great because it has opened up so many opportunities for people. It has let people who write in genres that New York would not want to buy because they
Correct.
don't sell enough. But at the same time, people sometimes put up a book too quickly. So keep in mind you only have one chance to make a first impression. Make sure your book is as polished as you can possibly make it. Have people read it. Get honest feedback. If someone reads your book and says there's not one single thing wrong with it, go find someone else.
Correct.
Because I promise you there is something
Correct.
wrong with it. There is something wrong with every book that comes out. And then once you do that, just start talking to people. Don't hide under a rock. Let them know you've got that book out there and ask them to read it. Be out there, especially in this day and age.
Right. So take those words, listen to them. A lot of the authors are saying the same thing who have been around for a while, that you have to be able to make sure your book is written and polished correctly. And as she said, if someone tells you there's nothing wrong with it, then they're not telling you the truth.
I love this world that we're living in now. I think it is amazing. I think the internet is almost like Gutenberg's press. It
Sure.
changed the face of publishing. But there's also a responsibility that comes with having that ease of publishing.
Sure.
And I think you have to take the responsibility to have, the best product for your audience that you can absolutely have. You owe them that.
Sure.
They deserve a good product too, and the best story that you can possibly give them. I think it's Robert McKee who says that the goal of every book is a good story well told, or of every
Right.
movie, and I think
Right.
those are brilliant words.
Sure.
Absolutely brilliant words.
We're going to thank Jay Kinner for taking time out of her schedule. I know we're all wore out because this has been a long week, and I appreciate her taking the time to come and sit down and speak with you all. And we're going to put this up with the other interview so you can check out her interview. It'll be posted on my channel, and it'll be everywhere. So we're going to say bye for now, and I'm done with our tea, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.